Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl Tally. You already know. Just came from church. Literally have to go and take a test for school right now. And I was watching something, listening to something, and I'm always listening to things as it pertains to like relationships and how to conduct yourself, and even when you're first meeting somebody and how to conduct yourself. And there's something that was said, and I was like, you know what, I have to get on here and I have to share this information. I'll even try to share it in other places, because I'm like, that is so true. And I had an idea for another video, but it's like, oh my, it's just so much, guys. Like when you haven't been here in like a few weeks, it's just so much gets deposited and then you don't let it out. So you just like, it's just a whole lot to say. And I don't even have enough time to say it, but I'm so happy to be back here, guys. So happy to be able to do this for whoever needs to hear this. And all I have to say is that, guys, out here is a wrestle. I'll start right there. And that's probably going to be what this video is going to be called. It is a wrestle. Anything you want to do in your life, whether that's follow God, follow Jesus, whether that's lose weight, be better in your finances, anything that you want to do, anything positive that you want to see manifest in your life right now, have a good relationship, have a good marriage. Hello. It is a wrestle. And it'd be so easy if we could enter into these things or embark on these journeys, right? And on these journeys, we could be like, it would be just like a knockout punch, right? So like any adversity we face, any opposition we face, boom, just knock it out and boom. And I'm here to tell you that it's not going to be like that. If it was just a knockout punch, these things would be so much easier to overcome if you could just hit it once and it falls down. But the fact of the matter is, all of these things, not even everything I just mentioned, just think about things in your life that I didn't even mention right now, that you're facing, that you want to get better at, that you want to do better, that you want to change. Any change for the better, it's going to be a wrestle. And when we think about wrestle, it's not a knockout punch. Okay, I remember watching wrestling growing up, and I barely saw like one knockout punches, right? It's usually like, or like in real life wrestling, when you actually do the sport in real life, not like fake wrestling, you guys, they don't punch each other, right? It's not boxing. They're grappling with each other, they're holding each other, and they're just trying to like pin each other into submission. They do moves that somebody has to tap out when it gets too tough, and it's just like they're holding each other and they're wrestling, and it's just like a test of your endurance, right? And it's a test of how much you can actually take, which is actually endurance. So basically, it's just a test of your endurance, which is how much can you take before you tap out, or how much is that person going to get you into a position that's gonna render you, are gonna make you so powerless that they're gonna hold you in that position for so long that eventually, the referee's gonna come in and be like, all right, you're out, So that's what wrestling is. It's not a fight. It's not a fight on the street. It's not a boxing match. How many hits? A wrestling is just a grappling to see, like you're holding on to each other and you're trying to get one another to submit, or you're trying to get each other into a position that you are so powerless that the fight is over. And that's what a wrestle is. So when you see that and you compare it to the things that we are going through in life, I'm here to tell you that it is just like that. It's a wrestle. It would have been easy if it was a street fight. It would have been easier if it was a boxing match. But a wrestle is so much deeper and so much intricate. And a wrestle is like sometimes, and it's not a wrestle where, all the time, like something's going to come and be like, that's it, you're out, Sometimes I believe that God delivers you from situations. Absolutely. I've seen it happen. It has happened in my life. God will literally deliver you from a wrestle and be like, okay, this is done. You won. That's it. All right. Or fight on your behalf. Amen to that. For those of us who have God in our life. Yes. I'm about to say hell yeah, but yeah, God is definitely fighting on our behalf. And there's some of these wrestles that we're going to wrestle a little bit and God's going to be like, all right, it's done. I got you. You won. Period. But there's other wrestles that you're gonna have to be wrestling probably your whole life for. There, even if you get into a wrestle, you may not wrestle the same thing for your whole life, but there's always gonna be a wrestle with something. All right. So you have to be ready. Even if we're not even talking about following God, just anything you want to do in your life that is good, that is next level, that is change, that is positive, you're going to have to wrestle through it for the rest of your life. And you just have to turn yourself into a good wrestler. So what does that mean? That means that you have to build your endurance. You have to have endurance to be able to withstand the fight. You can't get tired easily. And you gotta conserve your energy in a way, because there could be multiple wrestles at a time, but you don't want to go too hard and go and waste your energy, and then you don't have enough energy to withstand. So you're gonna have to learn how to conserve your energy, know what to give your energy to, but also you're gonna have to be strong and be able to endure some pain, because sometimes when people wrestle, they can get you in a submission move, like some kind of an arm bar or a leg lock or a headlock, that it hurts so bad that what do they try to get you to do? Tap out. They try to get you to tap. And there's gonna be some things in life, it may not be a literal headlock, it may not be a literal leg lock or arm bar, but there's gonna be some positions that you get into in life that you feel like it's so tight and you could barely move, and there's so much pressure and it's so heavy, and sometimes it's so painful, like you feel like you wanna tap out. And these are the things that you can't tap out. You have to build your endurance, that you are not gonna just tap out because of how tight it feels, or because of the pressure, because of the pain. We have to learn how to endure that pressure. That's the fact of the matter is, for the people who love God and follow God, God gives you a supernatural strength to be able to endure these things when you trust in Him. So I know it could seem a little scary to a lot of us, but for those of us who have God on our side, who choose to believe in God, when you're going through it and you trust in God, you get that supernatural strength. So you'll be able to endure. Look at me. You'll be able to endure. Okay? But for those of y'all who haven't saw the light yet, you're going to be able to, you have to be able to endure some pain. All of us have to be able to endure some pain. But it's something different about that supernatural strength. I don't care what nobody says. There's something different about that supernatural strength on top of it that allows you to be able to endure for longer. That your pain, your tolerance for pain goes up higher. Because at the end of the day, you ask yourself, why does this have to happen? These things build character. They change you for the better. You get more faith in God. And I'm telling you, for the things that I've went through, that I had to but wrestle through, and eventually God showed up for me in the right time and delivered me through it. The faith that I have in Him currently, because of what He has delivered me from, I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't be like, God, if someone said, not go through what you've gone through, and don't go through, I'm trying to make something. If someone say, okay, don't go what you have gone through, and you won't have the faith that you have built up because of what you've gone through, I would just, I'll be like, you know what? Let me just go through. I choose to go through what I've went through because the faith that I have in God right now, I don't want to change it. So if I have to go through that to build my faith, I'll go through it, whatever, because God showed up for me anyway. God delivered me from it anyway. I believe that everything works out for my good anyway, so I'm cool with it. Whatever God has to do in my life, or whatever He has to allow in my life for me to become that person He wants to see me become, and for me to have that faith in Him that I have in Him right now, that I don't have to worry about nothing. He always gonna come through for me. For whatever I have to go through to be in that space, I'm cool with it. All right, fine, God, I trust you. And that's where God is trying to take all of us to. But this video it is a wrestle. Not only is it a wrestle in life daily. It's also a wrestle in your mind to stay positive, to stay faithful, to continue to keep that same faith in God that you proclaim you have. It is a wrestle for you not to tap out, to quit, to give up. Okay, for you not to, even though life puts you in a position that makes you feel like you're powerless and you're about to lose, you still, no matter how powerless you feel, you still choose to keep on fighting. It is a wrestle. It's, like I said, if it was a knockout punch, it would have been easy. But the fact that you have to, whatever situation you're going through, to try to overcome and see better for yourself, whatever situation, it's like you know what I'm saying? It's like that thing is on you. It is heavy and it's grappling against you. Like that thing is like tight and it's trying to hold on to you, and you're trying to hold on to it, but you're trying to put it into submission. Like, you cannot have me, and I will not let you win. Like it's like it's just a tight until God says, listen, the wrestle's over. Boom, you got it. It's gonna be a fight, and you can't stop. You can't stop. You can't stop wrestling. You gotta keep going, no matter how bad it hurts. No matter how bad it hurts. I know, like, I've been through some pain. I know there's more pain in this life to go through. There's some of you out here who's been through unimaginable pain. Unimaginable pain. And it's just like, who am I to tell you to keep going? But I'm still going to tell you to keep going, because I'm telling you, when you have your faith in God, it'll be all worth it in the end. And I'm telling you that with a straight face, because it's the truth. So far from what I've seen in my life, in my little 27 years, it's been worth it. Keep wrestling. Okay, whatever's trying to put you into submission, you have to have that force. You have to put it into submission. Whatever's trying to put you into a position that you feel powerless, you have to, it's just the little movements. When you see people wrestling and they put them in a position that they can't get out of, it's just small little movements. Okay, sometimes you can't do a big movement. You can't have big motion. It's just small little movements of trying that can change the outcome, right? It's just those little things that you do, probably like as it translates into the little things that you do when you wake up in this world, in your life. Hey, you may be in that powerless position. You may be in a position that hurts so bad and you feel like you want to tap out, you want to submit. However, it's those little things that you do, the little body movements. But in life, it's the little things that you do, like like what's on your calendar to do, that little prayer that you made, that little affirmation that you said, that God loves me, I am the head and not the tail. Whatever you're fighting, for me, it's weight loss. It's that little that good meal, that one good healthy meal you ate for the day, or that 30 minutes, only the 30 minutes that you had to go to the gym for that day. That little thing that you do, that $25 that you had to put it, that the only $25 that you had that you chose to put in your savings account. It's just so much out here. Whatever, that little step that you probably thinking that it doesn't mean much. It's that little move that you got to make, that eventually when you keep making those little moves, you get out of that submission. You get out of that powerless position. Keep going. Do not give up. I hope you guys understood this. This video was made on the fly. I'm going to make another one, but stay tuned. Love you guys.